Hey, what's up? I'm back in Colorado. I'm sorry for that terrible pun. I'm driving to Pueblo, as you do when you're back in Colorado. I also changed watch bands. That's all the interesting news in my entire life right now. So, I'm kidding. That's not true at all. That's not the only interesting news in my life. I was just thinking on the way down here about, I think the videos that I made at EA Global were really interesting. I'll be uploading them tonight and sort of finishing them and editing them and topping them off, that sort of thing. I like them. However, I think I could do a better job of being, or showing at least, how excited I am about these events I go to. They're very run-of-the-mill videos, because when you're doing it, it's like a daily thing that you're just doing, and it's really not that exciting. What I'm saying is that I don't really create a time to get excited and to express to you guys the context for the thing that I'm going to, why I'm excited about it, how exciting it is, etc. And then when really, really exciting things happen, I tend to just play it cool and be like, this is awesome, instead of making a video about it and sharing it with you. So, for example, EA Global was a really, really, really cool opportunity to meet some incredible people who are doing some of the most meaningful work you can do in the world right now. They know that they're doing that because they have very quantifiable data and results that shows sort of how effective they're being at being altruistic, and that's why it's such an interesting conference. Also, it's sort of at the point that any community is in early on, when the core people who started it are really still building the community, and so it's very open, and it's not stratified the way TED and VidCon are. It's just very everyone's a family and everyone's interested in the same thing, and it's very, very cool. And there aren't weird competing interests, and you can tell there will be in a couple years, and there aren't yet. So it's sort of an exciting time to be at EA Global for that reason. Then also the kind of people that are there are just really interesting folks. So philanthropists that are genuinely interested in being as effective as possible with the money that they're giving away, they're there. Examples of that are Carrie Tuna, who's sort of the philanthropic, one half of the philanthropic pair that run Good Ventures. Her husband is high up in Facebook, and they just have this really awesome approach to giving away money that is fantastic and quantitative and fits very well with the EA Global sort of place, brand, situation, the way of thinking. And then also Joseph Gordon-Levitt from, of movie fame. He and his wife are there. I imagine they have a family foundation, and they are focused on trying to figure out how to give away money in the most effective way possible. And other people that I don't know, take a really generous and human approach to sort of their position and power in the world. It's exciting to meet folks like that. And then also the people who founded the movement are just very cool. They have really good senses of humor, and they're very friendly, but then they can also go really deep on complex topics like ethical and moral philosophy and algorithms, in terms of machine learning and deep learning and artificial intelligence research, and all sorts of things that just you don't get to have normal conversations about in everyday life. So just the conversations you end up in at a conference like that are wonderful. And I wish that I had taken the time, or that I was used to making videos enough that I felt comfortable introducing people to the idea that I'm making 1,000 videos a year as I meet them, and then inviting them to make a video with me about what we're talking about. And I just am not there. And I would like to be there, because I think that would be a very, very interesting way to make videos. So maybe next year, or maybe at the next event like that. There's an event that I don't know if I'm going to make it to called World Domination Summit that seems like it wants to be EA Global, except it's going to be full of people who are a little less cool, and a little more I don't know, World Domination Summit, right? The title is just a little different. And I think that would be an opportunity to make videos like that, but I don't think I'm going, because I need to be in Colorado for a while actually, and actually do some work. So glad I made it to EA Global. had to prioritize. My goal for this year was to make it to 5 conferences that I shouldn't be at, or that I had no reason to be at, or that I had not made it to last year, or that I wanted to, right? So like, I thought I was gonna be CES and South by Southwest and that sort of thing. It turned out to be South by Southwest, TED, VidCon, EA Global, and now one more. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it's the one in Mexico in September where Elon Musk is announcing his plans for how to colonize Mars. Pending though details, obviously. So, yeah. Anyway, those are my thoughts. That's what I'm up to. That's what I'm thinking about as I drive to Pueblo and listen to music. I'm gonna get back to doing that. Thank you for listening. Hope you're having an awesome day. Adios. Side note, if you are interested in being altruistic in an effective way, there's a great book that I read on the plane to EA Global called Doing Good Better. And it is by Will MacAskill, who is the youngest tenured professor of philosophy in the world. He's 28 and he is tenured at Oxford. And it's a fantastic book. It's not only funny and useful, it's also short and just incredibly applicable in like a short amount of time. So highly recommended. Go ahead and look it up and buy it and read it. And that will get you started on this journey that I have been on for the last week and a half. So yeah, anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.